Hey there, horror movie tea sippers.
The following podcast episode will contain spoilers for the movie we are about to review. If you have not seen the movie and do not wish to have anything ruined prematurely, please do not continue to watch or listen until you have seen the movie.
And welcome to the Horror Movie Tea Podcast. Today we are covering Skinamarink, which I don't know is technically a V request, but he at least mentioned thinking we should watch it. So, thanks, V.
Yeah, thanks for that, V.
But before we go into the review, let's grab our cups and talk about tea. So we are doing repeats from last week. I am drinking the Stress Less Winter Mint, and it definitely is taking effect. It's got peppermint, lemon extract, lemon peel, spearmint, lemon balm, licorice, ashwagandha root, lemon juice, lemon verbena, and wintergreen flavor.
And I am drinking Republic of Tea's lemon balm kiwi tea. And it's got ginkgo biloba, lion's mane mushroom, lemon balm, kiwi, white hibiscus, and blue spirulina. Tasty.
And thank you to the Republic of Tea for allowing us to continue to do what we love. And for our tea sippers out there, brew yourself a cup of tea, sit back, relax, and we hope you enjoy the review. So Skinamarink, the summary is a little bit weird to explain. So I'll just say that these two kids are in this house, and there's a monster that does do some killings. And that's the summary. That's really all you need to know. It's more of an experience than an actual, plot. I mean, there is plot, but it's more of an experience. But anyway, so for entertainment is tough for me because let me just paint a picture of how I view this movie. So I will say, because of not only the close camera angles where you can't see everything in the frame, but they also made the images itself very grainy, and there's a lot of whispering. So it was honestly very unsettling to me. In an uncomfortable and also in a level of frustrating way, but mostly uncomfortable for me. And it was it kind of put you in the mindset of oh, when you're a little kid and it's late at night and you're watching TV and you're not really supposed to be watching TV, which is why you're whispering while your parents are sleeping. And it's whenever you're in that setting, you tend to hear and see things that aren't really there. So, but I will say this is a very specific, because this movie is kind of niche for me. Think of it, it's
extremely.
It's not quite Eraserhead level of surreal. It definitely has a lot more comprehensible plot to it. But it is I have to be in the mood specifically to watch this movie. So for me, I would rate it I'll go with a 7.25. Just because it's not a go-to movie for me, only because I have to be in a very specific mood. But whenever I was watching it, I did feel very uncomfortable. I felt very on edge. I will say that the mother, whenever she gets killed and you hear the groaning and the cracking of bones, that was very effective, and that really creeped me out. It's definitely a very slow burn movie. You have to be patient and try and pay attention. And it is it's so surreal that if you aren't into that type of movie, you'll probably fall asleep.
That is for damn sure.
So, but the monster was like your typical like creepy, like what a kid would imagine. And I feel like they did a decent voice for the monster, like whenever it was like calling from the closet and saying like, come to the basement. And it's like, whenever the monster was like a part of the there it was really creepy and really effective, at least for me. But yeah, like I said, this movie there is a level of plot, but it is more of an experience. This movie definitely isn't for everyone, but if you do kind of like the more like artsy fartsy type of like films, or you enjoy like Eraserhead, I feel like this one is definitely worth a try. Because if anything, you'll get a different experience that at least I haven't ever really encountered with any other movie. So, yep. I already can. I don't think Jess was quite as.
This movie gets a 3 from me.
Oh, Jesus.
And I feel like even that's generous.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a shit show of epic proportions. And I wish I could have that hour and 40 minutes of my life back. To be perfectly honest. You can't tell what's going on half the time. The angles are weird and don't make much sense. The sound balance is fucked. The pacing is so goddamn slow. Everything is grainy as hell. I felt like I was watching a really, really shitty, boring, weird-ass version of I'm on observation duty. About 90% of the time. And I would have had a hell of a lot better time actually playing I'm on observation duty. Much better time. Seriously. They also intentionally made the plot, quote-unquote, vague. So it's open to interpretation as to what's actually going on. I was so bored. I was researching this while it was on. Seriously. The director intentionally left it vague.
I'm not surprised. With the type of film it is, I'm not surprised.
One theory is the dad's abusive and killed his mom. Another is the kid went into a coma after he fell down the stairs. And another is that there really is some evil entity tormenting them. But pick a damn lane. By the end, I really just didn't give a flying fuck. I really didn't. I was just glad it was over.
It is definitely more of an art film. Like, you don't go into it with it expecting it to be a horror movie, more like an intense art film.
Yeah. It started to get slightly better with the scene with the mom. When she was killed.
Mm-hmm.
And the scene where he stabs himself in the eye was super intense.
Yes.
As a mom, that made me super uncomfortable. Because there was no childproofing at all in that house. But, like, it shouldn't have even been able to happen. But, you know. But other than that, it was just... I was sitting here. At one point, I had to pause it just to deal with something else, and I realized that I still had half an hour to go on the movie, and I was like, dear God, when will it just end? And the bits and pieces that my husband saw, he's like, why are you even watching this? Why bother? I was wondering the same thing. So yeah, this movie sucked. If you can call it a movie, it sucked. It felt like a slideshow.
Hot damn.
You asked.
So realism is kind of a toughie because it is like an experience. It is like a lot of it is up to interpretation. And it doesn't really have like, yeah, there's like whispering of like the brother and sister, but there's not like a whole lot of interactions that you can like see or like comprehend. So realism for this is freaking tough. Yeah, because it's like, you know, if it is like the kid in a coma or the father was abusive, if it is like one of those like more less obvious things, then that kind of throws the realism out the window right there.
Mm-hmm.
But if it is actually a monster and like based off of the kid, like the monster definitely seems like, if it actually is a monster, is like manipulative and has like a level of a certain level that it can like kind of coerce people. Oh God, I'm gonna do like a 1. I feel like that's a safe choice for this one. But yeah.
Sounds about right. I can believe a kid sleepwalking and falling down the stairs.
Yes, definitely.
What I don't believe is them knowing he sleepwalks because he said again, and them not taking safety precautions if he sleeps upstairs.
Yeah, like have a gate on the stairs.
Or at least block it.
Yeah.
With something, anything, literally anything. And him taking him to the hospital or doctor or wherever. Who was he calling?
I don't know.
To say he fell down the stairs. Because it almost sounds like he was calling their mom.
That's what I thought too. But then it's like...
yeah, and he left like right after finding the kid. So did he just leave the daughter there?
Yeah, well, and it's like they don't really expand or flesh out like a lot of those scenes, so it's like it's really hard to actually know all that happened.
I don't know. It's just none of it made that much sense. I can believe the kids also being scared about what's going on and not understanding what's going on, so they want to sleep together in the living room with the TV on.
Yeah.
That was believable. Other than that, the rest of the story is crap. And nothing makes sense or is realistic.
Yeah. So, this is like probably one of our shortest reviews that we've ever done.
Probably.
Yep. But so, I think it's safe to say that this is not everyone's cup of tea.
Throw it in the trash.
If you like more artful films, you'll probably get something out of this, or if you like interpretive films. But if you want a movie that's more like hard cut, you know exactly what the storyline is, and like a more like traditional movie, you definitely will not get that. But I feel like, at least for me, the tension, the uncomfortable tone or feeling,
hell, we didn't even see the characters like 70% of the film. I couldn't really care that much about them. Most of the time I was waiting for something to happen. Please save yourself the hour and 40 minutes. Do literally anything else.
Well, thank you for joining us today, and let us know what you thought of the movie. If you'd like to recommend a movie, game, or tea, you can leave us a comment or join our Discord server. And if you'd like to keep up to date with our content, you can find our link tree listed below.
If you'd like to support us monetarily, we have a Teespring and PayPal, or we have our affiliate link with Republic of Tea available. It does not affect the price of the tea. It just allows us to continue to do what we love. And you can find all of the sites mentioned linked below. But until the next time, guys, stay safe and stay spoopy. Bye!